This resume got me 25 plus interviews at Microsoft, Apple, Disney, Capital One, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and so much more. And I'm breaking it down so that you can do the same. My name is Skyler Basco. I just graduated college and I'll be starting my full-time product manager role at Microsoft very soon. But I remember last year when I was a junior in college, I was frantically searching for the spring or summer internship that would eventually convert into a full-time return offer in big tech. So in 5 chapters listed right here, I'll be breaking down how I wrote each section of my resume to land interviews from cold applying and career conferences. And in fact, if we get 101 likes on this video, I will drop the next video revealing exactly how I got into the Microsoft Explorer internship. Anyways, love y'all and let's get into it. At the very top of my resume is my contact information section, which has my name on the first line, a statement about what role I'm looking for on the second line, and my actual contact information on the third and fourth lines. And because I was submitting my resume in the resume databases for the career conferences that I was going to attend, I put the statement Visionary Product Manager seeking spring/summer 2024 PM internships, just to make it easier for recruiters to identify what roles I'm looking for. I had a variety of experiences like in software engineering, UX design, and PM, so I wanted to make sure that I'm specifying to the recruiter that I'm interested in product manager roles, for example, over software engineering roles and internship roles rather than full-time roles. And on the third and fourth lines, I made sure to include my city and state, phone number, and email, as well as links to my LinkedIn profile, my YouTube channel, my personal website, and my GitHub, which are all hyperlinked. For your LinkedIn profile, I recommend customizing the URL to make sure that it's professional and consistent with your other links and your professional email. Now, underneath my contact information section is my education section. Recruiters have told me that they're looking for, one, that you're actually pursuing the degree type that is listed in the job description. For example, they're typically looking for a bachelor's degree if you want to break into big tech internships. 2, that you are pursuing a major relevant to the role. So for example, if you're applying to product manager internships, they're probably going to say, okay, you should be majoring in business or computer science or design or something similar to those fields. And 3, that you're graduating within the time frame that they're asking for. They typically don't care about your start date, so just focus on including the graduation date, the month and the year. By the way, at this time of applying to internships, I was still a computer science major, but later switched to business. Other things that I included were relevant courses that I took with skills that could be helpful to the role, along with student organizations, national organizations, diversity organizations, and other activities that I participated in college that are related to tech. After my education section is my skill section, where I list tangible hard skills that I'm able to talk about in interviews and also use in the role. For tech specifically, it's important to not just list soft skills like teamwork or organization skills, as anyone can just say that. These types of soft skills will probably be tested in the interview anyways. It's better to list hard skills that align with the job requirements so that, for example, if you're applying to a PM internship, it will show that you have the ability to understand what the engineer is doing, understand what the implementation process is like, because you can communicate about the tools, frameworks, and the code that they're working on. Personally, I divided my skills into languages and tools. HTML and CSS, they're not programming languages, which is why I just stated languages, so you can feel free to format it that way. And for the second bullet point, I listed tools, which are essentially other software, not coding related, such as Figma, Adobe XD, and collaboration tools. And the meat of my resume is my work experience section, where I listed out my 4 most recent experiences, starting from my most recent to my least recent experience. In each experience, I put the company name, position title, and dates of experience all in one line to conserve space. And I added 3 to 4 bullet points that are each 1 to 2 lines long and each use the XYZ method. However, I recommend you just use 1 line for each bullet point just to increase the readability. And the XYZ method is achieved X as measured by Y by doing Z. This is so that I'm not just listing the responsibilities of my role like a job description would, but I'm also adding a little bit of flair on how I leverage those responsibilities to make an impact at the company that I was at, whether it be an impact on its users, an increase in retention, other types of statistics like that help to prove quantitative means of impact and results. And the last part of my resume is the leadership section, as I was going for product manager internship, so it just made a lot more sense to frame my resume in that way. And if I were going for software engineering roles, for example, I'd make it a project section with hackathon projects, personal coding projects, freelance websites I made for businesses, and just anything that showcase skills related to the job description. For me though, including my YouTube channel has always been a huge topic of conversation in interviews, elevator pitches, talking with different people at conferences, displaying that I not only like to work in tech, but I also like to share my journey and empower others to break into tech as well. And again, I also recommend using the XYZ method in your leadership or project section in order to ensure that you're displaying the impact that you've had quantitatively on the tech community. Anyways, hope you found this helpful. If you do, let's get this video to 101 likes so I can drop the next one. Hit the subscribe button, comment below, let's go, and I'll send you some hype to make your day. And peace.